Red pill, blue pill versus the Mythos. There is a boy, 8 years old, and a man who was supposed to teach him everything, but he's gone. No map handed down, no rite of passage, no father sitting across the fire saying, "Son, this is how this works." Just silence and a boy who has figured it out alone. So what does the boy do? He reads everything. Philosophy, religion, science, history. He goes looking into every book, every doctrine, every discipline for the thing that was supposed to be given to him at home. And when he can't find it in one place, he builds it himself. That boy grows up and he starts writing. And the world calls him a thinker, a voice, a movement. But Mythos sees something different. Mythos sees a son writing the letter his father never got to send. Now, here's where it gets important, because there are thousands of men like him. Men who found the red pill and felt something finally click, finally a framework, finally a language for what they have been feeling. Finally, someone who named the thing nobody else would name. And that feeling is real. The diagnosis of it is real. But a diagnosis is not a cure. The red pill tells you what is wrong with the world. It names the wound. It maps the battlefield. It gives you language for the pain. But then it stops. And it hands you anger as a replacement for healing. It tells you to be high value, but never tells you to be whole. It tells you to lead, but leads you nowhere near your own interior. It gives you strategy where you needed surgery. And here's the thing nobody in that space will tell you. Most men building those frameworks are still standing at the bonfire, still burning things, still performing their own initiation because nobody ever gave them one. The fire is real. The passion is real. The mission is real. But a man who hasn't finished grieving cannot lead other men into wholeness. He can only lead them into a more sophisticated version of the same wound. This is the sealing of the red pill. It was built by fatherless men for fatherless men, using the language of strength to avoid the whole work of healing. And the men who follow it become fluent in diagnosis and strangers to themselves. We honor the courage it takes to name what others won't. But we are calling men to the next level, because there comes a moment in every man's journey where the map runs out, where the framework stops working, where the anger gets heavy, where you realize you have been building a theology from a wound that you have never fully set inside. This is not weakness, this is the threshold. This is where boys become men. Not because they burned something down, but because they finally stopped running from the very thing that burned them. Mythos is not the red pill. Mythos is not the blue pill. Mythos is what happens after you put the pill down and decide to do the real work. The work of knowing who you are, not just what you know. The work of healing, not just performing the work of becoming a father. Even to yourself, especially to yourself. That is conscious manhood. And it starts not with the world outside you, but with the 8-year-old still standing at the door, waiting for you to go back and tell him, "I've got you." Welcome to the Muse.